Hi there and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about how to get into modelling in 2021. I started modelling professionally, well I got signed professionally back in 2018, so it's a little bit different to now in 2021, especially because of COVID. One of the main differences would probably be no open castings, so you can't really go into the agencies and be like, hey, this is me, this is what I look like, blah blah blah. It's all, I guess, maybe all via internet, so not necessarily seeing the person in person. But other than that, all the points I'm going to go through, they should be hopefully helpful and lead you towards the right direction. So first of all, I would say research agencies. So I'm going to put a website in the link below, and that's got some legitimate modelling agencies, just because I know there's a lot of scammers out there. But because now there's a lot more modelling agencies open, it doesn't necessarily have all of them, but I guess it could be a starting point for someone. Another thing I'd say is mother agencies. So a mother agency can be your signed agency, which will get you the work, but at the same time there are also other mother agencies that help to develop people/models, but they're unsigned, so they're not signed to a professional modelling agency. And mother agencies are a good way to help you get into signing with an agency, because they've got the contacts of the different agencies out there, so they can work on you to see what look you're about, which modelling agency would be best for you. Alright, so in terms of contacting the agencies, don't be afraid to email, DM, or like double message, just because the agencies are probably receiving a lot of information or a lot of messages from other people trying to do the same as yourself. So sometimes it could easily just get lost in that. So just double message again, follow up, hopefully they get back. If not, keep it moving, go to the next agency. So don't just, when you're looking for an agency, I guess don't just focus on one particular agency and be like, oh, this is my dream agency, I need to be with them. Sometimes they do respond, great, but sometimes they just don't, just because a lot of people are trying to do the same thing as yourself. So contact a lot of agencies, not just one agency, just because the more you contact, the more the likelihood of getting word back, or like getting a response back. You could also actually utilize their website, because they should include how to become a model on their website. So it might include maybe your name, obviously some demographics about yourself, and then most likely it will ask you to present some pictures. Just got dark, the lighting, sorry. English weather, yeah. But yeah, it might ask you to present some Polaroids, and I'll put my ones as well, but that would just be ideally just stand in front of a white wall, full length, so straight ahead, from the side, from the other side as well, and like a headshot as well, so that would be quite good. Let me see if I can quickly get mine. So yeah, these are mine, that's me. So like a headshot, full length, side, straight on again, a side. You can put personality into it, so I'd say straight, side, side you need, and then anything else, go for it. Yeah, so like side, another side, and that's just to give you an example. So different modelling agencies will ask for different images, and hopefully they should have like a template that you can just follow. So do that, because that's great. If you don't have those kind of pictures, they don't have to be professionally done. You can just simply do that with your iPhone, ask a friend, yo, can we go take these pictures, get that done. Another thing, I guess, is just to highlight the importance of Instagram now. So Instagram has essentially, can be like a portfolio. You know, people are getting scouted on Instagram. I guess even TikTok now as well. But yeah, so like clean pictures, not a lot going on. Obviously don't tailor your Instagram just to get a modelling agency to scout you, but sometimes that's how some people are getting scouted. So if you're lucky enough, you might get scouted via your Instagram, or you might get scouted in person. Yeah. Oh, also talking about Instagram, agencies as well will have like on their bio that maybe hashtag scout me or hashtag scout something. So you could try use that hashtag as well, because I'm sure they've got the hashtag for a reason, that they'll use this to filter it through and see what potential models they could add to their book. When looking for agencies as well, be aware there's a lot of scam agencies out there. So I think the first red flag that everyone always talks about is never pay for anything, or not necessarily never pay for anything. Let's say up front, never pay for, let's say they give you a call or whatever way they get in contact with you, and they're like, oh, we really like you, can you come to the studio, we're going to work on your portfolio, but you need to pay this much, blah blah blah, but because we really like you, we're going to do a discount. Don't do it. Do not do it. So no modelling agency should ask you for an upfront fee when they're taking you on. Contracts. Yeah, let's say you finally get to a point and the agency are like, okay, we like you, here's the contract, blah blah blah. Don't be shy to say, okay, can I take this home, I'm going to read through it and then I'll get back to you. Just because sometimes there's a lot of material on there that might not necessarily make sense, but just because you're so happy to be like, oh, finally I'm there, don't sign it immediately. You can if you want, or if you're confident in what you're reading, go for it, please do. But it's just sometimes there's a few things that are not looking too good, or there's like a few things that you can negotiate before you sign it. So do take time to sign and read through it properly. Don't be afraid of rejection, please. You are going to get a lot of rejection, and that's okay. So rejection's not necessarily a bad thing. Rejection could actually lead you to potentially getting to a great position. And rejection from an agency doesn't necessarily mean that you're not a good model or you're not going to be a model. It just might mean that you're not quite a look for them. So for example, if I was to try and get signed by Storm, which I've tried back in the days, so I'm 5'3", so I'm petite. And I think even before you get far on the website, it will say like you put in your height, and there's no option for 5'3". So it starts at like maybe 5'8" for a female, like 5'9", or even 5'6". I'm not too sure, but all I know is I'm just not the height for it. So they're not going to take me on, and that's okay. Just because the clients that they work with, maybe they require that kind of height most times, and that having me in their books, it's not going to do me any good, it's not going to do them any good, because they won't be able to get me work. And the purpose of having a model in your books is for both of you to be able to get work, you know. It's a business. If by any chance you do follow any of the models that are currently signed to a particular agency, don't be scared to message them as well. Oh, my light again. Yeah, don't be shy to message them. So just be like, hey, how are you doing? Is it okay if I just ask about this agency? Would you recommend? Blah, blah, blah. Just because I feel like that enables you to get information about an agency before you're fully committing to it. So a person might be like, yeah, I'm actually leaving them because of blah, 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 blah. You'd be like, oh, okay, let me not bother signing to this, just because maybe the reason that they're leaving would most likely be a reason why you might be leaving. Or even like they might encourage you to join it, or even like they might give you information and be like, oh, they're a really good agency, they really helped me with this. Like, that's nice to hear. That's what you're trying to get from an agency. You're trying to get the help. Yes, I really do hope I'm making sense. Practice poses. It doesn't hurt to practice poses. So practice poses so that you can see what looks good and what doesn't look good. I'm not really sure how agencies are taking on people now. Like, I don't know if they'll maybe arrange for you to then maybe come in, or if they'll arrange like a video call. But typically, if that does happen, just practice some poses beforehand. So just practice through the mirror, have a look at some modelling pages, have a look at maybe the agency's website to see what their models are like, and just flick through the pictures as well, just to see, oh, okay, so this is what this model does, and just to get like some poses ready for yourself, because you might be asked to do something like that on the spot, and it's better to prepare than to not, just because I feel like it flows better and you can be confident in front of the camera. Be confident as well. For me, I am shy, like I'm shy sometimes when I get some work, but I just need to tell myself, okay Melissa, you are confident, let's do this. Just because I feel like when you act shy, like it's for the photographer or like for the people seeing you as well, it's a bit like, oh here we go, okay, let's try and build on the confidence for this person, let's try and get them in the zone. Like if you're lucky enough they will, but sometimes it just means that they're most likely to work with you again when you automatically, or when you're easier to work with, rather than a lot of prompts. So it's just about the likelihood. So be confident. If you're not, just fake it. You got this, man. You got this, for real. Be patient as well. It's not, let's say you're like, okay, I'm going to be a model today. I've watched Melissa's video and you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do all the steps she said. Be patient. Because it might be that you might not even hear from them today, you might not even hear them next week. Sometimes it might be 2 weeks, sometimes, I don't know, maybe even a month. But that's why I'll then encourage you to like follow up, message again, just to make sure that you're like, hello, I've messaged, like, hello, look at me, I'm gonna be great. And just a tip, I guess, if you're going to be messaging on Instagram, do you make sure that you're not on private, or do you make sure that they are some pictures of yourself? Arrange test shoots as well if you can. Contact some photographers, or if you have a friend who's a photographer, just be like, hey, is it okay if we plan a shoot? Obviously they can use the pictures for their portfolio as a photographer, and you can use the same pictures to add into your modelling portfolio. I guess it just makes it easier as well when you do join to an agency, or when you contact an agency, just because it's like you've got a base to start on. That is of course something that the agency can help to develop with yourself as well, of course, if you don't have one. Look for the right agency for yourself. All the different agencies out there, they're not perfect for everyone, you know. The agency for me might not be necessarily the agency for yourself. Like there's high fashion modelling, there's sport modelling, there's hand modelling, there's commercial modelling. We all fit different criteria, or we all fit different agencies. So yeah, I think that's it for today. I feel like those are like the main tips that I just really wanted to get through. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope this is hopefully tailored or gives you some direction of what to do now. If there are any questions, do feel free to always message or DM me. I'll try and get back to you guys. I wish you all the success. You got this, man. You know, can't wait to see you out there flourishing and all that shebang.